us come down and see you here tonight now that you're back here in St. Thomas. Uh, so, when we last talked, you had a pressure fracture that had let go and it turned into a break. So, what's happened to the walk at this point?
Um, Essentially, nothing has happened with the walk aside from being put on hold until I follow the doctor's orders and take a little bit of a break and heal a little bit. Unfortunately, I hurt myself and had to stop, but that's just temporary. I'm going to get back at it. This has given me a great opportunity to catch up on a lot of things that I haven't been able to keep up with on the walk. I haven't been able to do a lot of things, and it's letting me take a look at the entirety of all of my health and essentially what lays ahead for me and what I need to do. So as far as what's happened with the walk, it's just been temporary hold and much needed rest and the healing.
Now, from this point, to continue your walk, where are you going to need to go?
I've got to get back up north. I'm heading into an area that frightens me a little bit, but I need to get back up north and northern Ontario, that is. I need to get back up, and from there I'm going to Sault Ste. Marie to Thunder Bay. I don't know if the look on my face showed it, but that's an area that scares me. But I just have to get back up north. I actually have a young lady that's helping me with arranging getting back to at least the Toronto area to get back up north. Yeah, I have to get back. I hate saying it. I have to get back up north to be ready to go from Sault Ste. Marie to Thunder Bay.
So let's talk about that just for a sec. What scares you about once you get up north into Sault Ste. Marie and then head towards Manitoba?
Nothing about Sault Ste. Marie scares me aside from leaving. The stretch between Sault Ste. Marie and Thunder Bay, there's nothing. I mean, there's Wawa, but that's something that really frightens me. At Wawa, I lose communication. I don't have cell service anymore. I mean, that's a lot of days in the middle of nowhere with no communication, nowhere to go, and it's more, to me, it's more unknown than Newfoundland. When I got to Newfoundland, I'd never ever been there before, didn't know anything about it, didn't know what it looked like, but I knew there were places to go every day. I knew that there was somewhere that I was going to be around places, things, other than trees and wildlife. And that's something that's really, it's weighing heavy on my gut and mind.
So we got winter is coming on, and I know that's going to be a pretty scary thing for you. What kind of supplies are you going to need, to survive?
First and foremost, footwear, all winter wear. I mean, my friend Sean Talbot, he got me a pair of those long johns that gets the sweat off your body and stuff during my Ottawa walk. They work phenomenal. I got to get those. I've got to get proper socks, proper footwear. My friend Leonard from Peacock Signs that makes my shirts and hats and such, he's got me a layered jacket that he's making, fluorescent. It's going to have fluorescent area on it with my logos on it. So the winter coat part, gloves, socks, proper footwear, both for walking as well as elements, food. At the end of the day, I'm going to need to be warm. I've got some of those hand warmer things that go inside your glove. I've got about, I'm going to say 6 days worth of those. I'm going to need what we need during the winter when we leave the house to do something outside. I'm going to need that for all day, every day for quite some time, though. I mean, the snow's coming down in Alberta right now, and that's on its way here. People don't want to hear that, but I have to acknowledge it.
So, Jason, when you started out on this walk it's coming up to almost 6 months now, you said over and over again that you won't put a time limit on this walk and that you don't mind adding destinations, backtracking, and even extending the walk. what are the most recent additions that you didn't foresee, like on this walk?
Wow. I didn't foresee a whole lot. I mean, we can talk recent. We can talk the entirety of the walk. I mean, I've been called by towns that I've already passed, or just were way off route and gonna have to bring me back to route. When the stories hit the media or are shared in social media, be it Twitter, Facebook, I get calls, people asking, "Are you coming here?" And I say, "Yeah." I had no intention of it. Some of the places I've never even heard of. Going back, previous to here, I stayed in Brampton for a little while. Previous to coming here, Wyerton, Lion's Head. Lion's Head was not. Lion's Head's where I realized my foot's done in and it's time to go home. But I had no idea it existed. I was going around it. Places like that. Owen Sound. Between Collingwood and Owen Sound, there wasn't much. But it's every time I get to an area that someone asks me if I'm attending. I mean, I'm going to say there's been well over 3 dozen since I started the walk. And like you said, I don't mind. It's not that I don't mind backtracking or I don't mind making additions or extending the walk. It's that I'm going to. I know that there's many places I don't know exist where I'm heading, and I'm willing to take the rest of my life to do this. And God willing, it won't take the rest of my life or take my life. But there's nowhere too far.
So this time limit really, okay, so we say there is no time limit, right? So you're doing this walk. You're not doing this for money. You're not trying to make a profit off this. You're doing this just strictly for awareness.
Yeah, that's all. I'm doing this in hopes that people will understand each other, or at least make the effort, which obviously will bring about understanding. Take care of each other better. Stop hurting each other. Just come to the realization, it's very simple, that we're all human beings. Money has nothing to do with it. Money has obviously everything to do with a lot of things, but for me, I just want people to take care of each other, not just where I go, but everywhere. I'm hoping that I can bring awareness that, hey, listen, this is what homelessness is. This is what these homeless people are essentially the same as you, just not living in a house, not having many of the same availabilities or many of the other luxuries in life. I just want people to take care of each other, and I want to make them aware that also they've walked 9 millimeters to the 1 centimeter that we all are away from homelessness, and that I'm there for them too, and that we should all be there for each other.
So in your past, the different communities where you've been, what is some of the challenges that you faced being homeless, the stigma that goes with it? How have people treated you in the past? It can't be very nice, if you want to say, at times.
Now, you mean in my personal life over the 20 years?
Yeah, like personally, how have you handled and what have you dealt with?
I've dealt with, I do my best not to focus on, it's just been horrible. There have been great, people have reached out to me the same way that I want others to reach out to other people. I've been in receipt of sympathy, empathy, and extensions of kindness. However, that's not what brings me out. That's something that I want to obviously bring about to others, and hopefully they will do the same for others. But the reason that I do what I do is because not just myself, for what I've encountered and experienced, it's what I've witnessed. Beatings, physical beatings, the insults sometimes. It's not the put downs, all the judgments that are imposed, and I mean, we're all going to judge, and that's cool. Judge away, don't impose them as reality. I've been beaten up. I saw a guy get shot for asking for spare change, literally shot and killed. I've had my face kicked in. I've had my ribs beaten in. I've been in fistfights. I don't talk much about it. I fought back, and sometimes I won the fight, sometimes I didn't, sometimes it was a stalemate. But all of that, all of these things, I've been wanted out of communities, away from coffee shops for making that community look bad by being the homeless filth that I am, bringing down that community, or that area of a community, if you will. Just the horrible treatment, and I see it happen with a lot of people, and it's got to stop. We're all, as I've said many times, and I won't stop saying, we are all worthy. That means everybody. That means my enemies. That means those that don't like me, those I don't like. We're all human, and we're all worthy of a place, no matter where it is in society. We're only one society. Society is Earth. Unfortunately, we have ego or arrogance that decides we want to make categories: this society, that society, this class, that class. There are two classes in life that have always been here since the first death: the living and those that are no longer living. We're all worthy of that, and I just want to say that, you know what? Let us be in it. Let us be in it together, and don't make me out to be a criminal. Don't make me out to be worthless, useless, hopeless, because I am in a situation, or anyone is in a situation that unfortunately is not as pleasant as someone else's. And don't treat me like garbage, and look at me as though I'm garbage, or anyone else, because we don't live within four walls. It's wrong, absolutely wrong to hurt somebody because it's wrong to hurt somebody, but it's wrong to hurt somebody because they're in a hurting situation, because they're hurting. And I mean, I do my best not to talk about me. It's uncomfortable, but I've been through hell. And I mean, it's felt like heaven at times when people reached out to me. But just physical, emotional, something I don't talk about, sexual abuse, exploited, all as a result of my situation being an undesirable situation. As undesirable as it is to see us homeless people on the streets or wherever it is in the community, it's undesirable for us to be in it, and people need to know that.
So I know as you're going on this walk and you're doing this for the awareness, right? To know you, what scares you the most about this walk?
Well, I talk about it often. I've got one real fear in life, and that's the wrath of God. I just let go of my only other fear, and that was the fear of death. I just came to terms with it in recent years. However, I'm approaching an area, Sault Ste. Marie to Thunder Bay to Winnipeg, that scares me. There's uncertainty. I don't like uncertainty. Uncertainty typically doesn't scare me, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid of this area. Be it a snowstorm, be it coyotes that corner me again like they did in PEI, but this time act. Be it wildlife, be it the elements, be it somebody, something. I don't know. I'm afraid of this area that I'm going into. My health, obviously nutrition, all things. I mean, there's a million things in one that scare me about this area, and I've been doing my best not to acknowledge it. Up until now, I have to acknowledge it. I'm scared to death.
Does not completing the walk scare you?
I don't know if it scares me or not, because I won't look at it, because I'm not gonna. I mean, if it comes about that something takes me, suppose I like I've said many times, I don't care if this walk kills me. I'm doing it. That will be the only thing that makes it so I don't complete this walk. It's something I won't consider. I don't care if it's the elements or what it is. If it's a broken foot, I'll take a break, and I will get through it. The thought of not being able to, for whatever reason, it makes me literally ill, makes me nauseous.
Once you reach out west, we talked before about this. You were out in Moncton, New Brunswick, when the 3 RCMP officers were killed.
That scared me too. I was afraid for a little while during that. But yeah, sorry, that was dishonest. I got scared during that. But sorry, go ahead.
But that's one part now that you're going to go back at some point and complete that area, because you left there. You had to get out of there.
Yeah. At first I had to get out of there. Well, at first it was just I had to hide, and then it was morally I had to get out of there. It was not the right time for me to be there. It was not. I didn't want to take focus from anything that was going on. So, out of respect and just to be moral and ethical, I said, I'm going to get to Quebec. Now that this fella Justin Bork had been caught, I will get to Quebec and I will walk on. And when I get to, at first it was when I get to Northern Ontario, I'll fly back. However, I've changed that. I'm going to walk direct to Calgary. Eventually get to Calgary. And when I get to Calgary, I will fly back. I posted tentative maps on my Facebook page, Homeless Happens Helping Hands. I'm going to walk into Calgary, fly back to Moncton, walk into Quebec, fly to Saskatoon. From Saskatoon, walk into Edmonton, then down to Calgary and through to BC. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet because it's expensive. I've got to figure that out. But there have been people that along this walk that have given me a little bit of pickup work in order to, because I want to pay my way and everything. Pay my way, whether it was I needed to eat and I needed a day off and I needed supplies. I helped them out with something, whether it was moving a house or it was landscaping or whatever it was. I'll do that again when I get out west. I'll find pickup work to afford that ticket if I have to. I need that ticket though, because I'm doing that.
So that actually was one of the questions I was going to ask you is, people have been able to donate for this walk to help you along, but you're able to actually work as you're going too. You're finding odd jobs or whatever to help support yourself as you're going and not relying solely on donations.
Yeah, I don't want to rely on donations. I've made the plea for loans here and there, but the Ontario government deems me a person with a lifelong disability. I deem me as a person with a lifelong will to live and the ability to do certain things. I don't know what all those things are, but when I encounter them, I do them. And if I'm able to do them to earn my way along, then I'm doing that. That paralleled with the donations and the potential of realizing this loan, I'm going to do this one way or another. I'm going to find pickup work wherever I can. Like I've said many times, I don't care how long it takes to do this. I'm going to do this. And if that means taking 3 days here, 3 days there to earn whatever it is, I typically don't. I'll tell people, listen, this is what I need. I need chargers for my phone. I need this, and I need this. Is there anything I can do for you in order to do it? Or when they provide me with something, what can I do for you? I wish I had something to provide you with for it, but I will. I typically just want to earn the necessities. I don't need money for nothing. There's no luxuries. I don't want any luxuries out here. New pair of shoes is a luxury to me. When I put in new insoles in these shoes last week in Owen Sound, that was a luxury. That felt good. That, to me, that's the kind of stuff I need.
So for all the people that are supporting you and your friends, what would you like to tell them, Jason?
That essentially, I do my best to tell them. I do my best to thank them. However, I don't do it properly, and I never could with a camera in front of me or a post while I'm walking or something. I don't know that it'll ever be felt how thankful I am and how much they're a part of this and how many times they've picked me up where the only way I know to describe it, and it wouldn't happen, is where I feel like quitting, but where I feel like it's just something's not enough. A lot of them will come through with something, whether it's just words of encouragement. Sometimes it's a random deposit into my account saying, "Hey, listen, get something to eat," whatever it is. It's just knowing they're there, be it comment, be it a phone call, a message, whatever it is. That's what allows these feet to keep moving. That's what allows my focus to stay on. Right now, life for me is finding a better life for others, and they're just as much a part of this. Some of them, they probably never had any desire to be, but they're making changes. They're making huge changes in a lot of people's lives, and first and foremost, obviously, it's in my life to be able to continue doing what I'm doing, and there's just not enough words to say thank you, I love you. And I mean, that's what I feel from it, is a huge, overwhelming amount of love. And I wish I could return that. However, no one ever knows where I am, including myself a lot of times, and I'm not able to be there with them I mean, if I could, if it was enough, hug every one of them.
So I just want to end by thanking you again for letting me come here to your place and do this talk. We're watching you all the time, watching your posts, seeing, and we're all worried about you. You know, there's a lot of people in this community that are behind you. We're watching. We want to make sure you're safe, and have a great walk.
I appreciate it.